Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Season 1 Let's Play series. You have joined episode 14, where I've discovered that I am using massive amounts of coal to power our little automation setup that I've got down in the basement. And you may notice that I've been a little busy, just a little bit, between the last episode and this one. I've started making some of these drawers here. And these are a different kind of drawer than we've been making. That's going to be these 2x2 drawers, which are, any 5 planks and 4 chests, 4 plain old vanilla chests, or, any kind of chest that you can make. And that's going to give us these, what they call 2x2 drawers. It's just another way of being able to keep your inventory sorted. So I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. And one of the other things I'm doing, since we're burning through a ton of coal, I am preparing back here. I'm going to be setting up some canola farms because hopefully, starting with the next episode, I'm going to be switching over to an oil generating system using mostly canola oil. I'll still have some coal for occasional backup. However, if you look at the drawers over here, you can see that I haven't really started any kind of a backlog of sand. I've only got a small backlog of gravel, and honestly, that is probably happening because these machines are running out of power at different rates. You can see, like, I just dumped in probably 30 pieces of coal maybe a few minutes ago, and my capacitor bank is fully drained, and most of these machines are gonna, some of them have power, some of them don't. Like this alloy smelter and the sag mill here at the end are basically just taking the power as it's being made. There's still a little bit of a buffer in a couple of these, but that's not going to last real long. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm smelting up some coal, some charcoal, in what is normally my food furnace. That's how short for power I am right now. I also found some of this nice quarried stone, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with. I kind of like how it brightens up the room. And I did use our nice shovel here to go around and light up the inside of our new building. And I've decided that this spot here is probably where I'm going to access my basement area. And I don't know if I have all the stuff that I need to make what I want to make. So let's just take a look real quick. And I think what I'm going to want to do is go with an elevator from RF Tools. And for that, I'm going to need some ender pearls, which we have a few of, some redstone, a redstone torch, a machine frame, which is going to be some lapis, some gold nuggets, and iron. So I think that's going to be easily within reach. Let's see, did I bring any of that stuff out yet? Nope. I have been moving most of our stuff. I need some iron. Take a little bit of iron, maybe half a stack or so. I'm pretty sure I've got some gold nuggets in here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. There they are. Thought I had those in here somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some more iron into our smeltery out here. So let's see how much of this elevator we can get done. And I'm thinking I'll need at least 2 of these elevator blocks. So let's see here. I'm going to need a little bit of lapis, which I should have right here. Take 3 of those. I'm going to end up wanting an extra elevator Mainly, I was going to try to keep it a surprise, but this is generally how I do things. I know that I'm going to want a second story on this building. I know that I'm going to. It is something that will happen. I will. It may not happen for a few more episodes, but I am going to have a second story on this building. Something doesn't look quite right. And you know, I think I may have brought this out a bit too far. We'll check on that later. I can always fix that later. Just didn't look quite right. But anyway, back to the elevator, which is terribly more important at this moment. We're going to need a few ender pearls and some redstone, which we should have plenty of. And some redstone torches. Get a couple of sticks real quick. And there's our 3 elevator blocks. I also happen to know that we're going to want some of these elevator button modules. And for that, we're going to need some black dye, some redstone, iron ingots, and some of these buttons, which we can get from any piece of stone. So here's a few pieces of stone. Let's get our buttons. Now, I don't remember if I have any more black dye laying around anywhere. That might be a problem. Not too big of a problem. We can always go and kill a couple of squid real quick. That's not going to be a tremendous deal. What else can I use? Mystical black petals. I think our quickest, safest bet is going to be to go and find some squid real quick. Let's go take a nap. I've definitely found that doing this is easier during the daytime. There we go. So let's head over to some water. And here's some squid right here. How convenient. See how many that gave us. 4. That might be enough. And of course, I only made just enough buttons for 1. There we go. And we're also going to want a screen controller and some screens. So let's see what it's going to take to get that. And you'll notice that there's several different screens here. I happen to know that this is the one that we're going to want. And for that, we're going to need some glass, more iron, and a machine base, which is just going to be some stone and gold nuggets. So let's go ahead and pull out a stack of stone, because we're going to need a bit more stone for that than I realized. And let's see if we can't get a few of these made. We need a little bit of glass. I think I have enough glass. Oh yeah, I did smelt up some glass between episodes. So we got those. So we should be able to get 3 screens. And we're going to need a screen controller. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute. We'll need a little bit more lapis. We're only going to need 1 screen controller. And 1 screen controller will do several screens. It'll manage several screens. So we're not going to worry too much about making more than 1 screen controller right now. It may be handy later, but as of right now, we're only going to need the one. That should give us our screen controller. And I am going to put the screen controller and one of these elevators down here. I've already dug out a little spot for my elevator down here. And so I'm going to want to place that, and then I'm going to name this. I'm going to go ahead and name this basement. And I'm going to want to put an elevator right here. You always want to put your elevator on the level that you want your elevator to stop. So I actually want my elevator flush with my floor here, which means that I need to put an elevator block on the same level as my floor. And I usually name this one main floor. And we'll worry about placing the third one when we actually have a second story. So this one's just going to hang out in one of our storage chests for right now. And then the other thing I'm going to put, you'll notice I had another little spot here, and this is going to be the spot for our screen controller. See that? Now, this is going to need some power. So there's going to be a couple of options for power. I usually stick the screens a block or two above the elevator block, because like when I go to use my elevator, I'm going to want that right at eye level, and that'll be fine. That'll work just fine. So let's put up our extra stuff right now. Get rid of that screen, and we'll go ahead and put up one of these buttons. We're only going to need two of them. Do I have any power conduits? That's going to be the real question. Let's see if we can make a wireless RF battery. What's that going to take? Some stone burnt, blocks of redstone, and a resonating crystal? I don't think that's out of the question. I need some redstone blocks. And let's see, where did I put that stone burnt? Did I bring it out here? I did. And let's see if we can get one of these made. Again, that's just some stone burnt, 2 redstone blocks, a resonating redstone crystal, and there's our wireless RF battery. And I'm probably going to want some of this charcoal I've been smelting, because I was totally out over there. Hopefully I've got a decent amount. And that's not actually a terribly decent amount of charcoal, not by any means. But hopefully this will be enough to demonstrate. Oh, I forgot to make the wireless part of this. That's all right. We're also going to need one of these wireless RF transmitters, which is simply stone burnt and a resonating crystal. And one of these crafting operations for this is going to yield 4 of those. So we're only going to need to get enough to craft 1 batch of these, because that'll be more than enough. There we go. And if I set this on top of my, excuse me, if I set that on top of the capacitor, that's always been plenty in the past. And I should be able to put this over here. And that's serving 2 tiles. So those guys should be getting a small amount of power now. They may not be getting a whole lot, but hopefully they'll be getting enough. And now we can scan, and see that power is filling up. And we have 2 connected screens. So what we're going to want to do, I usually do this with an open hand, just to make sure. You're going to want to sneak right click, and that'll let us put in one of these buttons. You can right click on the screen with the buttons, but I've discovered it tries to put in all of the buttons that I have in my stack. And I usually go with the dark red for the button color, and I like having the dark blue for the current level. Actually, I think I'm going to switch that. I think I'm going to want it that way. There we go. And I usually go with vertical, large, and I want that lighted. I think we may be running into some power issues. Oh, you know what? I forgot one step. That's why. You're going to want to sneak right click and see how the elevator module is cleared now. That means that it's been linked. There we go. I promise I have done this before. So now I'm going to do the same thing up here. Interesting. Oh, you know why? Because I'm trying to... Wow. More derps. The derps are ripe today. Okay, so what I should be able to do is sneak right click on the elevator block. There we go. Now when I pop this in, hopefully... There we go. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. Very good. Wow. Okay, so there we go. Now we've got a main floor and a basement. And I think it doesn't take a whole lot of power to run this, but eventually we are going to want to address our power problems. It's not a big deal right now. The biggest deal with these elevators, though, is you want to make sure that your elevator platform, and I've done this as small as 1 block. I have done it as a 4x4 also. I have not tried to see if it goes any larger. I actually don't know the limit of how large you can make your elevator. What I do know is it cannot be the same block as your floor. That would not end up working out well. So what I've done is I've made our elevator platform out of marble. And now I've got a nice little way to get up and down to my basement and back up to the main floor. So let's go see if any more of that charcoal has finished smelting yet, so we can have a little bit more power. And that elevator also is going to build up an internal buffer, so even if my main source of power there runs out, we're not going to have too much trouble being able to use the elevator, because it really doesn't use a whole terrible amount of power. So let's go ahead and get this popped in here. And now we can start working on some of the other things I'd like to work on today. Probably the most important thing I want to work on today, I'm going to have to be doing a lot more mining. And I don't mean a little bit, I mean a lot more. I mean, I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time mining. So I want to make a very useful item today called a backpack. Some of you may be aware of backpacks. Some of you may be aware of these backpacks you can get from forestry. But what I want to start off with is this basic backpack from a mod called Iron Backpacks. And to make that, we're going to need some leather, a little bit of wool, and a chest. And I think I may have just enough of this stuff. See, we're going to need some of this. And a chest, I believe, which I should have in here already. Yep. There we go. Now we've got our basic backpack. And what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to go and hijack just a little bit of my iron. It's okay. It's my iron. I gave myself permission. I'm going to take a nap first, though. It does get dark awfully quick in this pack. I mean, I feel like we just took a nap. All right. Now we should be able to grab some of our iron. So I'm going to want to do a nifty little thing here. And man, we are going to have to find a way here really soon to incorporate our ingots into that drawer system I've been creating. If I ever need any of these blizz rods, I'm going to have plenty of them because I run into those guys all the time. I've also been running almost every one of these ender pearls you see in here, by the way, are from endermen that like to hang out in my basement. I don't know why they want to do that. But basically, there's a couple of ways you can go here. You can go with an iron backpack with a storage emphasis, or you can go with one that has an upgrade emphasis. Now, I want mine specifically to hold things while I'm mining. So I'm probably going to want this storage upgrade. And if you click on that, it doesn't really help right here. It doesn't kind of show us anything. But if we click on this tab here to increase the backpack tier, it's going to show us what we need. And we need a chest. We need that basic backpack we just made and some iron ingots. So let's go ahead and get that in there. The iron went around like this. And we're going to want this other chest in here. And now we have a nice iron backpack. And there's a couple other things I'm going to want to do. Here we go. Again, I wanted to look at these upgrades, and I know that they're from that Iron Backpacks mod, so here we go. At Iron is going to start bringing up most of the things you can make with the Iron Backpacks. And I've looked at a fair number of these, and I found that the Void Filter upgrade is incredibly useful. I need a little bit of paper. So let's run over here and grab our sugar cane. There it was. I'm going to need to make a sugar cane farm here relatively soon. This is all sugar cane that I've found just exploring out in the world. I'm definitely going to want a void filter upgrade, but we'll need one of these upgrade cores, which is paper, string. I am not going to have enough paper. At least I don't think so. I might. That might get us enough to get started with this. What's that? I'm also going to want this mining filter. So we're probably going to want to get some more paper before this is all over. So let's see what we need for an upgrade core, piece of leather, some string, and 4 of those papers. Let's get our upgrade core. And let's see if we can't get this void filter. There we go. I don't think I'm going to have enough for the mining filter. I need one more piece of paper. Might have a sneaky way to get it. There we go. A little bit of sneak. We can turn those books back into 2 pieces of paper. And that might be enough for me to get this mining upgrade. There it is, mining filter upgrade. For that, I'm also going to need an iron pickaxe, another one of those upgrade cores, which we definitely don't have enough. I forgot about that. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can find some more sugar cane real quick. Or I think I might have a simpler solution. I believe that one of these villages had some bookshelves in one of its little houses. I don't remember which one, honestly. I've never needed to hijack paper like this. There we go. These bookshelves, if I break these bookshelves, let me see if I've got my hatchet handy. I do. These bookshelves here are going to drop books. So I should be able to, let's borrow their crafting table for a minute. I should be able to get plenty of paper this way. There we go. Now I got more than enough paper. And all of a sudden paper's not an issue. Thanks, villagers. And honestly, once I'm doing a little bit better, I'll probably replace those bookshelves for them. But anyway, back to business. Now we should have no problem doing this. I need a little iron pickaxe. I think I've still got some iron here. Let's stash that over there for now. Iron pickaxe. Need a few pieces of redstone. There we go. Now we have a mining filter. And to add these to this backpack, it's real simple. You just take the backpack in a crafting station with the upgrade that you want, and then you pull it out of there. Let me see. There's another one that I usually like to go with. Oh, there it is, the quick deposit. I do normally like to go with the quick deposit. So let's see if I can't get some pistons. So I've got a few pistons already. I need one more piston, which is just some of these planks, a little cobblestone, redstone, and a piece of iron. Which I should have plenty of. Oh, I must have grabbed blocks. There we go. And I'll need a little bit of our cobblestone. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is, with the backpack in my hand, I'm going to shift right click, and I usually like to name it mining backpack. And here I'm going to tell it I don't want to pick up cobblestone. I have enough. I don't need to pick up anymore, so I'm not going to pick it up. Now, the mining filter upgrade, say I wanted to be able to pick up something, for instance, that I wanted to go straight into my backpack that isn't some kind of a metal ore, it's not coal, those types of things. Most types of things like emeralds, diamonds, that kind of stuff you find when you're mining is going to go right into your backpack. Now, something like diorite, for instance, or granite, typically are not going to go right into your backpack. And that is where this is handy, because I'm going to tell it that I do want this stuff in my backpack. There it is, diorite and granite. And now when I go mining, it's going to put that stuff in there for me. And to demonstrate how the quick deposit upgrade works, what I'm going to do is, let's open up our backpack and put this stone in here that I just pulled out. And now I can walk up to my drawer controller, hold shift, right click, and if you saw that little shake, it just deposited everything from my backpack into a drawer that was already assigned. So that's going to be pretty handy. And you may have just seen a sneaky little thing too. I'm going to hit the letter V as set up to do this on with my controls. and that is going to put it on my back. I don't know if you can see that now, but that little thing right there is my backpack. There, you can see it popping on and off of my back, and that's an inventory spot. So now, when I go mining, I will not have to worry so much about what's in my actual inventory. So I think that's pretty neat. That's going to help us out quite a bit. I'm going to be able to do a lot more mining at once. I'm going to be able to mine a lot more at once. So that means I won't have to be running up here all the time to empty out my inventory. I can stay down there and mine for much, much longer periods at a time. So we got a little bit more done today. We got our backpack made, and we got an elevator from RF Tools to help us get up and down in our new base. And I think that is going to wrap up the episode. We're just about out of time for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope maybe you learned something new. I hope you're enjoying the series. Be sure to comment below, and if you do like the series, if you like these episodes, be sure to leave me a like. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by, and take care.